Are you f***ing stupid? I did not do it.
Roblox is no stranger to predators, let alone cults. And recently, a virus has spread through the community, originating from Forsaken, specifically the character Two Time, focused around one little picture. The spawn point, the iconic PNG that stood as a pillar for endless respawns, now twisted into something deadly, affecting the entire community and minors' online safety. Predators grab helpless minors into committing acts of sacrifices, bodily harm, and rituals all around a 2007 decal god, which is, for the record, completely fake. Now, I'm aware that multiple creators have come up and raised awareness on this topic, but I believe the more voices, the clearer the message. Especially since now, there is a suspected future involvement of the UTTP, which is a group being investigated by the FBI, and one that I personally had an encounter with. An unpleasant one, since the channel you're watching this on got hacked by their Sharebase 12 and his minions. And from what I can gather, they're already planning on using this cult to cause more online havoc and crimes on a much larger scale. The people of this cult, or even the ones hating on it, aren't the only ones in danger here. The whole Roblox community could be affected if this goes on much further. But for now, the average user could only educate oneself and avoid this until further notice. And I will help educate you on this topic today. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, grab your snacks, and let's get into it. The creator of Spawnism, known online as Infected, and reportedly a minor, is the self-proclaimed founder of the so-called Spawnism religion. They've publicly claimed that their group isn't about causing harm to others. When I tried to reach out to them directly, my X account got locked. So, make of that what you will. On paper, they've described Spawnism as a harmless belief system based on Roblox's spawn point icon. But the reality of the community they lead paints a very different picture. From what's been documented so far, the group has been linked to contacting underage members in inappropriate ways, romanticizing self-destructive behaviors, and running it like a cult, spreading false or misleading information. Digging deeper, I found far more concerning claims. Some members have reported being pressured to do things on video calls for the spawn, things no young person should be asked to do. There are also disturbing stories of leaders asking followers to prove their loyalty by turning on close friends or doing extreme acts in front of others. We're talking about kids here. Kids who should be outside playing games or hanging out with friends, not trapped in an online group that manipulates them under the guise of some fake digital religion. Most of them probably never imagined this is what they'd end up in when they first joined. And worst of all, some enjoy it. Now, let's talk about one of the most infamous names tied to Spawnism, Chesbull. If Spawnism were a horror movie, he'd be the one behind the creepy mask. Except this isn't fiction, and the damage he caused is very, very real. Chesbull wasn't just a background name in this so-called religion. Multiple sources, including victims themselves, accuse him of manipulating minors into doing things no kid should ever be asked to do. We're talking about pressure to harm themselves, to carve his name and the spawn symbol into their skin, and even to perform degrading acts for the spawn. And here's where it gets even wilder. His own family found out. According to community reports, survivor accounts, and video proof, Chesbull's dad caught wind of what he'd been doing, and the situation escalated fast. Police were called. The story goes that law enforcement actually breached the house during an investigation, reportedly seizing his devices and shutting down his online activity entirely. For a while, Chesbull disappeared from the internet, deleting accounts, wiping servers, and vanishing from the community. But the harm he caused didn't vanish with him, and that's just one of the leaders. Now, we can't talk about Spawnism without talking about a group that's been lurking around online for over a decade, the UTTP, also known as the YouTube Troll Police. If you've never heard of them, congratulations. You've had a healthier internet experience than most of us. But for the rest of us, that name is basically a warning label for trouble. They started way back around 2011 as some strange YouTube roleplay where people pretended to be internet police officers hunting down trolls. But somewhere along the way, the roleplay mask came off, and what was left was a loosely organized group of harassers who've been accused of hacking, doxing, and even sharing illegal content that's reportedly gotten the FBI's attention. Their hit list over the years reads like the who's who of why would you even target them? Furry animators making harmless art, gotcha tubers, mostly teenagers making cute little animated videos, Roblox content creators big and small, from massive names like Creekcraft and It's Funna to tiny channels that barely break 100 views. Their methods are just as bad as their motives. Mass raids on YouTube comments, Discord servers, and Roblox groups. Phishing scams disguised as collab invites or free Robux links. Doxing threats, claiming they know your address, school, or family. Infiltration, joining your server or friend group under fake accounts to sabotage you from the inside. And here's where it gets worrying. There's growing evidence, and plenty of speculation, that UTTP is circling Spawnism. If a trolling syndicate that's been perfecting harassment for over a decade gets involved with a Roblox cult that's already targeting minors, it won't be just a red flag anymore, but a full fire alarm. UTTP's whole deal is finding a platform they can weaponize, and Spawnism already has an in-group mentality, vulnerable followers, and a ready-made excuse for loyalty tests and rituals. If they join forces, we're not just looking at random Discord raids anymore. We're looking at an organized harassment and grooming pipeline aimed straight at kids. And to all the parents watching this, yours could be sadly next. That was a roller coaster to research. I've read and seen things that I'm hoping I would be the last person in my bloodline to ever witness, but alas, I hope I've covered enough. If you have more updates that I should add, feel free to contact me on any of my socials. They'll be linked down below. And if you've fallen victim to this monstrosity, please tell a trusted adult or a legal guardian. They're way more understanding than you think they are. If you've reached this far, I hope you've enjoyed watching my video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Please take care of yourself and your safety online, and have a good rest of your day. Kira out.